Welcome back to the D-Gas podcast. It's the man of many hats, the BKR Bakerman, and I'm here with
HK, the man of like zero hats, because I can't even get this media.
You don't have no hats because you're HK Cuts. You keep that fresh dew.
Fresh dew.
Daily.
On the daily. Yep.
He's been in the, what do you call it? Everybody's got a cool name, like, oh, you've been in the driver's seat. What do you call it when you're in the cutting chair? No, you're not in the chair.
Behind the chair. I'm behind the chair.
Oh, the man behind the chair.
Behind the chair, yeah.
He's been cutting. Well, you know what? We have a lot of local people listening to this. Where can they go get a cut from you at for the time being? While you're still in the school?
I'm at Fernandez Barber College on West Shaw. Yeah, man. You come through. Whether it's, if I'm available, come through. I'm very down to. But I'm learning. Everyone there's learning. So it's off right now. It's not off free. It's free Monday through Friday, 1 to 5, I believe. And then other than that, if you're going before that or after, it's $5.
Wow.
But say you do a haircut and a shave, it's $5 for each.
Okay. That's the way barber prices are, like that's a great deal.
Yeah. So you can swing through. You give
the people some experience by doing it, and you can get your shit handled for little to nothing.
Yep. And like I told my buddy Gino this weekend, there's always an instructor there watching. So if they see you're about to do something or you're doing something that isn't correct, they stop you, correct you, or they do it themselves.
Yeah, you're not gonna walk out there all fucked up.
Yeah, you're not you're not that's what he was afraid of, and
you probably will if you go to anybody else other than HK. But as long as you're there and he's there, then you're okay.
Good.
Yeah.
You get your shave, you get your straight razor shave, you get your head shaved, not your balls.
You're going too far. I was gonna say you're listening to too many things. People know what a haircut is.
Yeah, I ain't doing no balls. I don't know, maybe for the right price. But yeah, no, come
Can you
through.
imagine how you have to peel the wrinkle up in the back of the head to get the straight razor, what you have to do to the ball sack?
Oh, man. Herb, I'm sorry, but that's what I got to do to Herb.
You didn't have to. Listen, man.
I had to. Herb.
Look.
He knows it.
Look. This week I got featured on the world famous Do Work podcast. Shout out to Scientifics. Thank you for having me on there. A little cross promo, maybe. Some of you guys might be interested in hearing a little bit about my origin story in music and food and beer. Check that out if you want to have something to listen to after you're done with this. But don't leave this to go there, for Christ's sakes.
Yes.
Is this video going to be up this time?
Yeah. We've been having some issues. I'm legit just gonna drop everything and buy everything new again. Fuck.
That's what we were saying. If it fucks up again, we're just gonna throw the whole shit away.
Throw it all away. Just throw it in that pool right there. We're gonna buy all new shit. Anyway, yeah, man, I seen that you did that. That's fucking awesome, man. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. So sorry, Herb. Anyway, move on. No one knows.
All right,
So speaking of your origin story, a lot of, I don't even think you know, but I think you were the first person that gave me like a legit pour of bourbon.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, for real. Oh, you're right. But I think you know what it was. The guys at Michelangelo's were, but you were the first to pour me a Japanese whiskey. Yeah, and I was what was it? A Hibiki,
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I haven't bought whiskey for a while, but I was into that for a minute.
Yeah. So and then that, from you guys and the guys at Michelangelo's and all that, you just kind of rob DP. DP. So
it's not what you think.
RDP. Look, I'm just fucking taking it all.
You're taking all your friends out, bro.
It's been a long day, guys. I apologize. But yeah, so the barbering thing just got me off today, and we started this late, so
yeah, we are about an hour.
Origin story, Origin story. Let's Let's jump into some whiskey as we talk.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Uh,
You're gonna have to talk about this. What you were telling me about it briefly before we started sounded really fucking cool. So
Yeah, so-
explain to everybody what the deal is with these three.
So briefly, I'm just gonna throw out what I think I know about them, but you could go on YouTube, whatever. They have a cool little documentary about them that they did.
Oh, cool.
That some people did for about them, and the two guys that own it
What's
were
the company called?
Wilderness Trail.
Wilderness Trail.
So the two guys that own Wilderness Trail.
Would you give me a straight razor shave on my Wilderness Trail if I go to fucking class? All right.
Is that what they call those? Those little wrinkles in people's heads.
The Wilderness Trail.
Wilderness Trails?
Might as well be.
But yeah, they started off. They were scientists or some crap like that, and they started off making yeast for all these companies, for breweries, for wine,
Oh, dope.
for for distillers, and people, I guess, weren't taking their yeast like they were hoping they would. So after years
What
of
do you mean?
like they were just using like basic yeast because they didn't think that the yeast, the distillers, whoever they were buying, they didn't think the yeast had a lot to do with the flavoring or
The finished product.
or the finished quality of the product. You
I
know,
can get that. So, like, in a nutshell, when you make a distilled product, you're taking some sort of fermentable. Usually, here we're talking about corn. There's other grains,
Corn,
malts, or rye. Other whiskeys use other things, other malted grains. Anything that you can ferment, right? So
Yes.
it's not just it doesn't go straight from like corn or rye and then you get whiskey. So you have to ferment it. Basically, you make a beer or a corn wine out of it, and then from there you're able to run it through a still and then distill it. So they're thinking, and then from there you take it and you put it into a barrel.
Yep.
If you're gonna make a brown spirit like this.
Yes.
So they're thinking, I'm guessing, like by the time it goes from this corn to all the way into that barrel, that fermentation process is not even going to be
Yeah, and so the yeast doesn't.
detectable. Probably,
Yeah.
It's not going to be that influential.
So these people were they developed a bunch of different yeasts that
They had cheat codes.
that people weren't using. So they said, "Fuck it, you ain't gonna use it. We're gonna."
Mm.
So they started their own distillery company called Wilderness Trail.
Dangerous.
And when people were putting out 8, 10, 12-year juice, and people were, falling over themselves, oh, this 12 year, whatever, in the barrel, they started putting out 4-year.
Mm.
And they were
Which
killing.
normally would be something really shitty and cheap.
Yes, normally people would consider a 4 to 6 year
Right.
something that was hurried up through the
yeah.
process just to get in a bottle, so it's going to be really cheap and not really good. These cats started putting out 4-year, and I think most of these bottles are 4-year,
Crazy.
and they were killing it. They were killing
Yeah.
everyone to the point where they became, and I believe they still are, the biggest distiller in the world, or at least in Kentucky. And that happened in a matter of like 10 years.
Whoa.
They've done crazy expansions that it's insane.
It's one thing to be the biggest, it's another thing to sell all the shit.
Yes, and then that's the thing, is now people are buying their yeast strains because
I mean, and if you can get something that tastes, maybe as good as an 8-year in 4, I mean, you're pumping out way more product.
way more product. And so when they started killing everyone, people started paying attention and going, why? And they said, we told you, it's the yeast.
Wow.
To the point where every bottle, whereas some like, for instance, Wild Turkey, they'll put like what brick house,
okay.
what barrel number, all this kind of stuff. They put on their labels the yeast
All
number.
that too.
Yeah, they do all of that, and
Plus
then plus the yeast.
The yeast,
The yeast.
that they use to ferment that particular
Yep.
whiskey.
Yep.
Which is fire. And from face value here, I can tell that these are like made for other companies too.
Yeah, like well,
Well, yeah.
they do the barrel picks. So like we got one from
Okay, so it's not.
Costco.
And it wasn't just produced for them.
No. They well, Costco or Eureka went, tasted whatever. They said we want this one,
Cool.
so they bought that barrel, and so Wilderness Trail put it out with their with uh, pick by,
Okay.
and
Are
just by,
these? I mean, this is probably stupid, but I didn't look at the label, so I'm gonna ask you, the ones that they picked, are they their own blends, or are they just the barrel, single barrel?
Single barrel.
Okay.
Single barrel, yeah.
I
So
didn't know how that worked, because
so-
for Costco, I can imagine they could
buy
however many barrels they want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, the thing about these, just like wine, when someone buys a single barrel, the next year isn't going to taste the same, and all of that. So
the
it's
next barrel.
the next barrel isn't going to taste the same. Sorry, yeah.
No, I'm saying like
because-
that's
yeah.
how crazy like
Yeah.
specific that is.
Yeah, because yeah,
Definitely the
it
next
takes
year,
them
yeah.
4 years, 4 to 6. I mean, I don't even think they have anything out older than 6 years, and if they do, it's probably crazy expensive,
Right.
probably crazy
right.
rare.
Because these are already good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so,
crazy. I haven't had any. I hadn't even heard of these people before I showed up today.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
we were running late, and we didn't know what we were gonna do, and I said, I know what we'll do.
We always know what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So
The thing is, he's got a lot, like a room that's like a library of like spirits in his house. It's not a big library.
yeah. But it's things that I like.
Yeah, and it's not a little
You know?
bit. So you can go in there, and it's not really hard to grab some shit.
Yeah,
We're not
it's-
usually worried about
Yeah, what?
between the bar and this place.
Yeah,
We're not gonna be too worried
yeah.
about what we're gonna be pouring every week.
Yeah, we normally just go, let's do this. So right now, since we'll get into the rye last, let's get into this one first.
What's that one?
So this one is the straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey, family reserve cask strength. Now, do we want to get into that, like what the cask strength is and all that? 'Cause, I mean,
Talk about it briefly, or we pour it.
I believe cask strength is they bottle it
Straight out of the.
the
Yeah.
barrel. They don't add water like
Right.
Like a lot of times they'll add water to tone it down to
Right.
get it to a certain
Because
proof.
you'll see that almost all store bought spirits are the same alcohol percentage.
Yeah,
That's not like they're not that good at distilling.
yeah. They add water.
It's
to
usually
it.
coming in at really, really high
High,
alcohol, and then everybody waters it back down to the same. That helps bartenders make sure, make sure you're not just fucking everybody up. Everything, the product is consistent. I'm sure it stretches it out a little bit.
Yep.
But it's probably, I mean, look, they're going to sell this shit either way. It's probably more for consistency than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yep. So this it was picked by Costco, aged 4 years. Again, it has the barrel number, the char, stored in rick house, B, and in the yeast strain. They use 2 different yeast in this one.
That's
so,
dope.
So let's get into this, and then
You said this was the rye?
no,
this is
we're,
not the rye.
Yeah, we're gonna do the rye last because rye tends to be a little bit spicier.
You started off telling me what this was, and by the time you were done, I forgot what it was. 4
It's
year.
4 year.
The Costco. This is the Costco pick.
Yeah, Costco
Okay.
pick. Straight
So-
bourbon whiskey.
Straight bourbon. Okay.
That's the
And
cask
this is the
strain.
barrel. I should pour too much. God damn it. It's
Pour some back in.
Okay. Yeah.
Pour some back in, 'cause-
This shit's strong as fuck.
Oh, calm down, Jared.
Huh? No, I know better. I just
Look.
need a taste.
Yep. So,
What is the alcohol in that?
oh man, it's in the front. It's in the front.
I can't find it.
So to me,
55.4%.
so I'll be honest. Like, come on. I mean, you can see the bottle. I've had these before. So,
What does that mean? 111 proof.
Yeah, about there, about 110.
Wow.
That's a
Okay.
what's that cookie? I smell that cookie. That
Snickerdoodle.
yeah. Cinnamon, sugar. Yeah,
Like that.
that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it does not even. It doesn't smell hot right off the bat.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's a sweetness, a spiciness. It's a like a it's probably snickerdoodle.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're talking a cookie. You gotta. I'll be. You refer to me for the cereal. I'll go refer to you for the cookies. It's. I'm also getting some fruit that. It kind of smelled like some citrus fruit for a minute, but
I get a little bit of fruit on the taste. I want to say a little tropical.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Now, yep.
Little
Literally, when you
tropical-
yep.
Probably like mango or something.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird. It's and when I say that, I'm not saying that like it tastes like a mango, but it has like
There's a brightness and a fruitiness about it,
yeah.
mixed in with the. It's got a savory quality too, though, on the palate. It's not all.
Not all
it's not
sweet.
all sweet. Like a lot of bourbons, they just come across, and that's kind of like why most people like bourbon. I think. Not how do I phrase that? It's why it's so much more popular than other drinks. I think because it's got that sweetness, a lot of caramel.
Yep. This
This has a good balance.
there's not so much caramel and
Mhm.
sweetness on the palate. It's more like you were saying, more herbaceous, more yeah.
This smells all right. Passion fruit creme brulee,
Okay, there you go, creme brulee. That's what I was like.
really vanilla-y
Yeah.
and like trying to tropical,
Yeah,
something like that.
something like that. Yeah. Because to me, I'm smelling like tropical, and again like a sweetness, and when you say creme brulee, they sometimes
Get that char
get
on
the
the-
char.
yeah.
Yep, and this is from a char barrel.
Yeah,
So there you go.
boy, 1 for 1.
But you're right.
Uh,
It's not sweet. It's more of a savory kind of palate.
It's hard to describe. Yeah.
Don't. I mean, I'm just gonna say it because I'm not wrong,
No.
but it's kind of oniony to me,
Oh, okay.
like caramelized onions.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but it makes sense.
To me, that's what it kind of caramelized
Yeah.
onions to me.
That like
Oh.
kind of earthy umami sweetness.
And it is a lot hotter
Mm-hmm.
on the palate than it is.
Than it is on the nose, for
Yeah.
sure.
So you
Crazy complex for a single barrel though.
yeah. So you went on vacation. Huh?
I did. Everybody's like, man, you slurp. What the hell are we talking about here? Yeah, I did. I went to took the whole fam bam. All 6 of us flew to Portland, and then from Portland drove out to Bend, Oregon. It's cool. It was really cool. I hadn't been out there before. Been to Portland a few times, but
Not been.
not Bend, and I've wanted to go for years. There's so many breweries out there, so that's always like been a place I wanted to go. Bend in Denver, and I still haven't been to Denver.
Denver's great, man. Like
I can believe it.
I want to go to Oregon.
Yeah.
And do all of that, but I want to drive. She doesn't want to drive. She wants to fly, which is fine. I guess I'm just going to break down and just fly.
Next time we go out there, we're definitely gonna drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean not because the flight was great. The kids did really well. There's 6 of us, so everybody that's 12 hands. We didn't have to check no bags. They got little clothes, so they carried their own bag and they had their own personal backpacks. So,
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah. We didn't check no bags. Everybody just threw their shit in the plane, and it was pretty easy.
Hell yeah.
But I would just like to see you just things you can't see while you're on
When you're
the
playing.
plane.
Yep,
So,
and that's what I want to do. I want to see the stuff that you can't see, and maybe on the second time we'll fly out.
Yeah.
You know, because the shit you guys were doing before you flew back, you guys were having wine right before you flew back.
we were talking about you. No, because I was like, you would love this shit.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like it.
You would have. We literally went out of our way to try to go to one
One
winery
winery.
in the Willamette to just to say we did it while we were out there.
Because that's like the Napa of Oregon, right?
Yeah,
that's
but
basically
except it's not snooty,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's still like regular fucking. They're regular people, dude. Like there's not. There's. I think we were at a little bit of a maybe nicer-ish spot, and there's just nothing but farmers that live out there, and they're there drinking wine too. It was a different experience because you go to Napa or you go to Sonoma, and even Paso now, and it's a little bit. You got to put a button up on.
Yep. Well,
And,
see,
yeah, I was there with the kids, and we had They had flatbread pizzas. We did a wine flight, and it was dope.
hell yeah. See, when I say the Napa, only reason why I say the Napa is because that's what everybody's trajectory.
Oh,
everybody's,
yeah. No, I understand,
Compare,
yeah.
but I personally don't like that area. That's how. Yeah, that's how Santa Ynez kind of still is.
Yeah.
But definitely used to be like when I first went back in like 07, and it sucks because we lost this file. We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like the Carhartts have a winery out there. They have a wine tasting room, and they're still farming, and they're drinking wine with you.
Right.
You know, there's a little store right across from Carhart tasting room. It's like been the main like store in Los Olivos before anything else opened.
Okay.
And they sell wine in there. They sell beer. They sell sandwiches like bomb ass tri-tip sandwiches,
That's
stuff like
cool.
that. So after the workday, all the farmers and farm workers would end up there
Yep.
eating and drinking, and they still do it. And it's funny because you got people coming in and out of wineries or wine tasting rooms, and there'll be farmers out there.
Yeah.
And it's funny because people look at them and just think like yeah, look at these workers,
Mhm.
but those workers are the ones that own all the shit around you that you're going
Right.
to.
Yep.
And that's what people don't realize. Just because they're they look like farm workers, farm laborers, they're probably the most wealthiest people there.
Could be.
But
You never know.
But
It's
yeah,
ag.
yeah, but yeah, man, that's how it used to be. Now it is getting a little.
Mm-hmm.
You
It
know.
felt like it though. Like just driving through, we didn't go to a lot, but it still felt like it had that kind of
Nice, dude.
down home. Kind
Yeah,
of
no, I
thing.
would love to.
That was in Salem, so we went when we left Portland. When we left Portland at the beginning of it, we went we went east towards Hood River, and
Mhm.
then south to Bend. When we came back, we went northwest, so we hit the other side of Portland, coming back so that we could get that part of the Willamette. Right, so we had to go out of we went a different
Go to
route.
the- yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's cool you were able to do that.
Yeah. While we were in Bend, we did some cool hikes and did trails and did a bunch of shit that I don't usually do.
Ran into Gabe.
Ran into Gabe.
So
Shit.
so that wasn't planned.
No, 100%.
All right.
I knew he was in Oregon. But Gabe's from Denver right now, but he lived in Fresno for a long time. Hopefully he's watching this. What's up? He went out there, got married, moved out there with his wife, right? And they're on this big road trip from what it looked like. They did a bunch of cool camping sites. I was following him on Facebook, and then I saw he was in Salem, I believe. Like I think that's where he was when I was in Bend, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. He's out this way
Yeah.
too. But that's 3 hours away. And it's like, oh, okay. I didn't think I was gonna see him, but that's cool. He's on vacation. And then I pull up after we did a hike. We're all dirty and everybody's hungry and thirsty, and it's not that much cooler in Bend than it is out here. So it was hot, and we go in the Boneyard because I try to make it a point to go to a brewery for lunch every day if we can.
Yeah.
Go in the Boneyard, and I see like this lady that looks familiar, and I was like, oh, like she looks. And then I look, and this dude got tattoos. His back is to me. He's got tattoos all over his head. Big old dude. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, look at this motherfucker. And then he turns around like, what the fuck? Like, like
Gabe.
who the fuck is talking to me like that? And then he's like, oh, what's up, fam?
And Gabe has like this cool ass like lovable face, like he's hella like happy and shit. But he's got that crazy eyes.
Oh yeah. But he was genuine. You could tell he was like, what the fuck? Because
he could have them crazy eyes.
He has crazy eyes. Yeah, he'll fuck you up. But he hadn't been following my Facebook necessarily, so he didn't even know we were out that way.
Oh, nice.
And he was like, what the hell are you guys doing here?
We came out to see you.
We came to see you. Nah, he was there with his wife and his in-laws. So I just met them, and we were fucking wrecked and all sunburnt, but we said hi and then sat down. And you know, when you're just you're so hot, you're just quiet. You just
hot, hungry, tired.
You're just staring at nothing and eating and shit. But it was cool. Boneyard's a cool spot.
I seen you guys hit up Crux, right?
Crux.
How was that, man? Because I remember Crux was big down here when it first like started coming up, and then nothing.
Very popular, and it's a place that I would appreciate if we had here in Fresno, because huge open space. They have I think they own like 3 of the 4 food trucks that are parked there permanently on their property. They just have different names, but I kind of put piece it together, and I was like, oh, this day you guys do pizza, and this day, because they also have a kitchen inside.
Okay.
But I think maybe that's a fucking pretty slick idea.
Yeah.
You do your own specials on your own truck.
Yeah, because then you have people thinking, oh, wow, this is a different truck today. It's a different truck today.
Yep, yeah, but you prepped it all inside.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it looked. But it's a huge area. They had like, you know, cornhole and games and shit out there, picnic tables. So like having that community family area is always like a plus for me.
Yeah,
and
no, for sure. Because I mean,
based
you got
on
the kids.
Their business that day,
killing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how Fat Tire was for me when I first went. Like the setup.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, just huge open spaces in the front, families everywhere having picnics, or they had food trucks, or they had all the games.
There's enough space for nobody to be in anybody's fucking business.
Yep. And you could, or you can be around.
Or you can,
people.
yep.
Yeah.
Or you do, you at the community table or whatever.
So,
Crux was dope, man. It was a fun trip.
So for me, I don't know if you can tell, but this is my least favorite of the 3.
I wouldn't have known that, but I would be surprised if that was your favorite of the 3.
Yeah, because of the whole onion thing. Even though I like onion.
Not necessarily. It's just, it's good. It's just not. It's not something that I would necessarily have to brag about.
Yeah. Now, as an empty glass, take a whiff on that.
Like perfume, huh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like a rose.
Yep.
Like rose petals
it's
or something.
Floral and vanilla.
Yep. Crazy.
Smells like Bath and Body Works.
Yes, it does. So let's get into this one. So this one is another bourbon whiskey, bottled and bond though. Oh man, I can't even explain that one.
Bottled and bond.
Something about some act that was passed. I don't know when and what year, but the only way to get it bottled and bond is if it's certain fucking things that need to be.
Hey, they're not listening to this because we're whiskey experts.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get into it.
Yeah. This one is though.
This one is 50%, so 100 proof.
Okay.
This one, this one don't have. It just has batch number, but and the yeast. But yeah.
Cool.
Let me get into that.
And that is this is their regular. I don't know. I don't want to call it regular, but this is like a flagship.
This is something that you could pick up from them. It's not something.
Not a barrel pick.
Not a barrel pick. It's something they always make. But again, like every time they release it, it's gonna be different. You know, I mean, it should be the same, but
Yeah. I mean, ideally.
I'm gonna once that bottle's done, I'm gonna start using that for my water bottle and show up to school.
He does the most hipster shit.
Come on,
He shows
look,
up
it's
in,
right here.
What is that?
It's water.
It's a whiskey bottle though, huh?
It's a whiskey bottle,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's a cool ass
What happened to
whiskey
the
bottle.
cork?
I'm cleaning it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, because we do clean them.
Well,
You know,
I thought you just leave it in the sink and get a new one, like last time. Get a new glass. Remember, I threw the guy just got had to get a new glass.
you remember that.
Oh, well, it's all right.
Anyway,
I actually listened to our episode last time.
oh yeah, okay. You know what? I'll be honest. The last time I was just bummed out, man, because we did a fucking great episode, and then the file's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I checked it.
Mm-hmm.
It just there's no sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
I feel like I'm tripping right off the bat. This one was more floral, even though maybe just coming
Nose.
off the last one, but on the nose it was like
nose wise, it's really
a
floral.
lot of more.
A lot of honey. To me,
Mhm.
honey. It's floral. Not really like the last one. You know how I told you to smell it with empty. I don't really like get like roses, but I get like a lot of scent, like a lot of
Like an herbal floral, and then this one coming across more of a like the actual wood, like dry wood.
Oh.
Not necessarily like
Okay.
the toasted oak just gives you vanilla.
Yeah.
You don't really smell oak,
No.
but this actually smells like you could smell oak.
Man, this is really perfumey to me. Really floral, and yes, almost like a wet,
Yeah.
like a wet.
Sweet wood.
Yeah, wet.
Pause.
Yeah. Wet, sweet wood.
Yeah, a little herby, little vegetal on the nose too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting. I mean, maybe I'm tripping, but I'm getting a little bit of like baking spice and juniper. To me,
Ah,
it tastes like juniper. On the palate. Yeah, 100%.
crazy, man. I wouldn't have thought that. There is definitely like this very herbal
Mm-hmm.
thing, but
You probably come across it different people different ways.
yeah, juniper or almost gingery,
Yeah.
like a ginger kind of.
That's there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy, man. But yeah, no. Definitely a lot of baking spice. Yeah. It's weird that when I hear people say that, 'cause I can't stand baking spice.
Yeah. It's just like a general kind of like pumpkin pie
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, but I like it. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this. You know. But so
It's crazy.
again, it I don't want to. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's dope, it's dope. But Spoke had another event last night.
Oh right. Yeah.
And fuck.
Yeah. Again, I know
So-
we had to. Okay, so I know why you said it like that because we were joking, especially because we lost an episode. We
Yeah.
were joking like every other episode is gonna have the collect call, the collect call featured on there again, but it has been a whole other round.
Yeah.
Since the last collect call, and there was another one, and they did it again.
Oh man, I think they.
Collect call. I'm sorry, real quick. Collect call being the producers coming to Spokeasy and doing a live beat session for everybody there. And every month it's they switch up the producers a little bit or change the lineup. And this time it was Sahab, Austin Smith, Green Giant, and ML3. So this way we just get the info out of the way.
Yep. So to me, it's almost as if last time, 'cause they hyped each other up, which was fucking great. There was
Mhm.
like no competition. There was no. They're just like they're listening to each other and they're fans of each other.
Yep.
And they're hyping each other up. and it's like they went. Not, I don't think they got together and said we need to like uh, turn up more, or we need to turn up the dial. But I think they said, all right.
Oh, this is what it is. That's
And-
like everybody understood. Like, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah, and everyone came and just they were here and they did this.
And we do. I mean, say whatever, but we owe that to Black Adam from the last one.
Yes,
Because without him being like, you know, fuck that, I'm plugging my instruments in and I'm gonna fucking show you how to make a beat. He did that time. Then I think it kind of like changed everything.
everyone. Yep.
Because these guys were like, oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm not just going to come here and play beats and have people just listen. Like, we're going to fucking make a beat.
Yep.
Or show you how it's done.
Because
And Sahab closed it out this time.
yeah, yeah.
Where do we start? You weren't there yet. So we'll cover it real quick. Green Giant started it, and I was like, hey, you ready, man? And he was like, he looked kind of like he was still finishing his beginning of his day before he was still shaking everything off, just loading everything in. He's like, I don't know, man. And then I'm like, well, you know, we'll get it together, get you a beer. And he went up there, and I was like, do you have some new shit tonight? He's like, yeah, I kind of do. I was like, oh, that's tight. Like, I thought maybe you were going to phone it in because they got you opening.
Yeah.
Not like that, but
Yeah,
they rotate the order. So, you know, sometimes you know what you're there for.
yeah.
You're there to warm everybody up. No, he came out swinging. I invited some people there that had no idea what this was. They were there the night before. And they heard Green Giant, and they were like, who is this?
Nice.
Who
Hell
is
yeah.
this? And they stayed all the way to Sahab. And then they stayed the whole time. Green Giant killed it. He fucking killed it. He played new
I
shit.
missed it.
It's all right. He did good. You know he does good.
Yeah, yeah.
He did good. And then they had the new guy, ML3. I think you were there for.
Yeah, yeah. I was there, and it was as soon as I walked in. So when you walk in, and you hear the beat, and you look around, and so as soon as most of you been to Spoke, so when you walk into Spoke, and you come around the door, and you come around the bar area, you can look straight to the back.
Mm-hmm.
And so you walk in, and you hear this beat playing, and there's bass and build up, and then it hits, and then you see everyone start doing this from front of Spoke to the back. Everybody's heads just, and they're looking at each other. They're looking at each other, and I know I looked in the back there when they hit, because like he was building up, and it hit as soon as I walked in. I seen Black Adam, and I'm sorry I forget his name.
Jukebox?
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
They
dude.
just looked at each other, and they gave each other a face, and they were like, "What?" You know, it was one of those insane moments. But with that dude,
Yeah.
he had a lot of those.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah. And that guy is way underrated. He's a producer. He's made beats for Jizza.
okay,
He has songs that are coming out with TDE, which is like the label that Kendrick Lamar just left. He was on for all of his releases up until now. Not a like small thing to have.
Yeah.
Not a small accomplishment. And other placements too. And he was ridiculously humble. He just kept telling me, "Thank you for letting me play my music."
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, because dude was, yeah, he was killing it, like the whole time. The whole time, I came in right when he started. I rode my bike like a dummy, so I was like cooling off and right there in the front. So every time I got up to go back there to check him out, I was like, oh hell no, I'm fucking too hot. So I would walk back, but you can still hear it.
You can still hear it, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he was the one that popped off like the whole like speaker starting to go, and the
they
fucking
blew our front speaker.
yeah, the bottles moving, and because he had like some crazy like build up with bass, and then,
Yeah, and the drops. Switch ups, and he was he told me after he played 64 beats. He played 64 different beats. I mean, we didn't know when one started and the other one ended, but he played 64 different beats. We just seamlessly. You know,
Yeah.
in and out, weaving them in and out. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that was insane. I mean, they all. Someone told him like, "Oh yeah, last time was crazy," so he had to come and like get nuts with it,
Yeah.
you know. And then I believe
Tight.
Black Adam was up after him.
No, he wasn't here this time. It was Austin Smith.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was after him, and he hooked his.
He put the bass back on. He had the bass guitar hooked up, and fucking crushed it again. His stuff is so smooth and jazzy. Like I'm looking, like I feel like that shit you need to like sit with, like put some headphones on, and just sit with it.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
it's almost hard to appreciate how dope it is because you're kind of watching him play bass, and that almost takes your brain away from like the actual beat too.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, from the last time, I went in and found them on like Spotify, and all of them, but a lot of them do that with their music on where like you could just zone out.
Yeah, you can play their music
and just zone out and like
go.
And like a lot of their stuff reminds me of like Bad Bad Not Good stuff, where it's just you could just play that shit. It's mellow. It's nice. You know, one of those days you're just in your head, let that shit play, and it just kind of helps you out. Fucking thoughts and all that. Like, yeah, no, yeah.
Fucking thoughts.
You gotta deal with your thoughts sometimes. And, you know, some people run away from their thoughts. Some people like to face them head on. And yeah, I think their music.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about all of them. Green Giant, Sahab. You know, they, man, just you could just play their music and you're good.
Yeah.
You're good for the day.
Yeah, the level of talent that we have here is ridiculous.
And I think we were talking about this thereafter is I think people don't know that. And
there's no reason that this shouldn't be packed.
Yes. And I think it was a little hot. I think that's like
we didn't know it was gonna be 112.
Yeah.
But when they booked it, but they're already planning the next one.
Hell yeah. So
and then Sahab came with this fucking I don't know what the hell, but he knew. Like I just feel like everybody knew from that last time. Like, all right, here we go. And Sahab was like, okay, I'm closing this show out.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, so here we go. And he brought like, I don't know exactly what equipment he had, but it was definitely his beat machine, a full synth keyboard, and something else next to it.
Yeah.
And just crushed it.
Yeah, he crushed
it.
Maybe if I played an instrument or I was a musician or something, I could explain to you what he did. All I know is he just had people with their jaws dropped the whole time he was up there, and the whole time he was up there, he didn't really look up. He just did his thing, but everyone there was just
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that I want to say was probably some of the best music I've heard in a long time.
Wow.
The whole night. The whole night was just. But with Sahab finishing it the way he did, it was probably one of the best experiences music-wise that I've had in a long time. You know what I'm saying? That was really like, you know, you get the moments in life that something just happens. You're like, fuck yeah, I'm in the right place.
Yep. Totally.
That happened.
That's fucking dope, you know, man.
That like you're like, you want everyone else to experience this.
Yeah. Yep.
But you also don't, because then I wouldn't be able to get in the door.
Don't care whether they do. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. No. So for me, this should continue. It should get bigger.
Yep.
And then in a way you want to be selfish and you hope it doesn't, because then I won't get in the door.
I don't know.
You know?
I
But-
don't know. I kind of think we're at a point where it needs to get bigger.
Yeah, it
all
really
this
does.
all this shit needs to get more widely known.
We as Fresnans need to accept the fact that you don't have to go out of town to have this experience.
You wouldn't go out of town and get a better one
Yeah, no,
based on the skill level that you got the other night and last month. You wouldn't
Yes.
go out of town and get a better
nope,
one.
nope, you wouldn't. I mean,
Not in a quote unquote amateur night, beat night. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, how many times have you?
I don't
gone-
mean that disrespectfully,
Yeah.
but
No,
it's
no.
not like you're signing up to see Jazzy Jeff go do a set.
Yeah,
You're just rolling into a bar for free and seeing these fools do some crazy shit.
and that's the other thing.
Yeah.
You're rolling into a bar and getting this level of music for free.
yeah.
What the fuck? What more do you want?
Yeah.
You know? So we'll get into
Hell
the last
yeah.
one.
Okay.
We got 15 minutes. This is the rye. So I saved the rye for last because,
It's your favorite?
well, no,
Oh.
Rye tends to be a lot spicier.
Yeah, it is for sure.
So
a little more pungent.
It's kind of like drinking a pilsner after you had a
Anything else?
double West Coast IPA. Yeah, you know.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's like, yeah, we'll save it to the end because,
Yeah.
because that rye sometimes when it gets just like in beer. You guys just had a rye IPA from Jester King.
Yep.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. I even bought one to bring home.
Wow.
Yeah, and I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
I
You
haven't
got plenty of stuff in the library here.
Yeah.
Rye. How come rye's always got green labels?
I know, right? I
You
don't
ever
know.
looked into that?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Is rye green?
No.
No, right? Yeah, but
I
they
mean,
always.
all the grains are green at one
Yeah,
point.
well, yeah, but it's funny because I just had I made myself a Sazerac the other day
Yeah.
with the rye from it's out of Sonoma. I forget the name of the distillery. No, it's not Emerald Giant. Anyway, and it's all green.
Yeah.
It's all green
I
label.
wonder if
yeah.
it's like that. That's it. There's certain things like that with beer too, where everybody pays tribute to the first people that did it by doing something.
Okay, I smell Coke, like old Coke, like Coca-Cola.
Okay. Little cola flavor.
Yeah,
I don't know why bread, even in bread, rye gives me a banana smell. Even in rye bread and shit, it's weird.
a little bit of banana nut. I smell cherry Coke.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a combination.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cherry fruit and that liminess
Yep. You,
and the baking or the whatever that caramel
Yeah.
kind of spices are that makes Coke.
you remember?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You remember they had that cherry lime Coke? Yeah.
I'm not a big soda guy.
No, me either. Fuck yeah. Yeah. That's my fucking jam right
This is
there.
my favorite one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to describe the spiciness, quote
Yeah.
unquote spiciness. It's more of a sensation almost than a spice.
It's almost like how spearmint hits you and you
Oh
get that,
yeah, it is like that.
it
is like that.
You get that sensation, that quick sensation in it, but this kind of lingers in the back. It's kind of
Yep. The first time you brush your teeth with the adult toothpaste.
yes, but not in a bad way.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
It's a back flavor
And then
or sensation. It's not a mint flavor, but
Yeah.
yeah, that sensation.
and then
It's probably a scientific word for that.
yeah, the cherry Coke thing.
Feels like Ben Gay.
Have you?
Feels like Bengay.
Yeah, and then for me, the cherry coke thing is there.
Yeah.
It's
It's
weird.
lighter though, mellower. It's crazy because it comes across as a sharper flavor, but less like it jumps out at you, but it's less heavy than the other two.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's weird. I don't know how you would describe that, but I guess less heavy. It's lighter. It's
It feels lighter.
yeah, yeah. But it definitely lingers and coats the palate more than the other two.
I taste a little bit of that onioniness on this.
Oh man, nope.
I do. It's good though.
But
Green onion.
green onion, green giant,
Bring it all back, baby.
legit. If
Hell yeah.
if you listen to this and you haven't had a chance to be out at Spoke for this event, be on the lookout for the post for the next one,
Mhm.
either from Spoke or I think they have a page, right? The 1-800
Yep.
Collect on
Yep.
On Instagram.
At 1800 collect call.
Collect call. Check them out. Green Giant, Sahab, Black Adam.
So the core group is Austin Smith, Sahab, and Green Giant.
Okay.
Those are like the dudes that put this together. So we don't really know who else is
Who
gonna
else?
be
Because
there.
I forget the guy's name, but he was new and he killed it.
Yeah, MO3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ML3 killed it. So he might not be there next time.
He won't.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna like really rotate everybody out.
So either way,
They got a long list of people that they want to throw in here.
you need to check it out because. So the first one was one of those things where like you show up and it was like fuck, they're never gonna replicate this or get better.
Yeah, especially because nobody expected that.
Yeah. And so it was like, oh no, this is the tip of the iceberg. Like it's done.
Yeah.
And then the iceberg got bigger.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I mean,
Then once somebody else is able to like repeat the feeling, then it's like, wow, this could actually be a thing. Like,
yeah. And even if the next one, can I put it? Not really. It doesn't get bigger, but still they bring in the same quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they could,
That's all that really matters.
if they could keep the same quality of music happening every time, again, you're walking into a pub in Fresno, Tower District, Van Ness Village,
Yeah.
whatever you want, and you're walking in to something like this for free
Yep.
is fucking insane.
Right.
There's people that pay fucking hundreds and whatever thousands of dollars to go to these festivals
Yeah, for sure.
to get this type of music get thrown at them, and they're paying for it, and you get to go and watch this for free happen live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
mean-
you might not get that same feeling going to the big
No,
festival or whatever you're doing. Some of these guys, they just love this shit, and they're just killing it, and that's all that matters.
and then they sat out back, had a couple beers, lit up, and just chilled.
Lit up in your face again.
And it lit up in my face again.
She yelled at Green Giant.
Apparently, no, not remember. Not apparently. I did. I do remember sitting out there.
This was
and-
not that night.
No, this was not that night. This happened years ago.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, way pre-COVID. I went out back. No, it happened during COVID because
Because we had a backyard.
you had the backyard.
So sometime 2021, maybe. 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
And I went back there and I was hanging out, which I rarely ever hang out in the backyard. But I was. So if I was hanging out in the backyard, something was going through my head. I needed to get out there.
Deal with
some
them
shit.
thoughts?
Yeah. Yep. And he should have just played some of his tracks. I'd have been fine.
He was trying to mind his business.
So was I.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I got this big old like cloud of fucking of weed smoke in my face, and I looked over, and they were in a corner with this huge fucking joint.
You're not the biggest fan of the smell.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Totally not. But I looked over, and to me, I mean, it could have been a pinner, but to me, it looked like this huge fucking joint. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
And I actually said that. I was like, hey, bro, what the fuck? I was like, hey, bro, you're not at home. Go home, fucking do that shit. And I said, seriously, what the fuck? So I apologize for that. I'm pretty sure I was going through something that day, you know, and I'm one of them people that when I don't like something, I express it.
So then here we are after the collect call thing. You go outside and Green Giant fucking accidentally blows some smoke at you when you go to congratulate him for the show.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Yeah, he apologized. He was like, and he said, "I'm sorry, bro. I know you don't like it." And I was like, it threw me off. And I was like, how do you know? How do you know that?
We just met.
Yeah, he was like, because you told me off once.
And all the memories went.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, that was you. You know, normally people are like, I don't remember that. No, I remember that exactly because it was this huge fucking cloud of smoke hit me when I was trying to like mellow out.
Yeah.
And it's again, I don't like the smell. I really don't, and that was like a lot. But anyway,
he's Green Giant.
Green
man.
Giant. I mean, there's a reason why it's Green Giant, you know. But he's the one that he did your last album.
I recorded it there.
You recorded?
Yeah, I recorded it there. So yeah, Green Giant's the homie. We gotta have him on here. We're gonna start doing guests. If you guys are still listening or watching this, how do you feel about interview sessions? Do you like interview podcasts? I think that'd be something cool for us to do. Yeah. And I know soon, now that we got the video rolling up again, we're thinking about doing some cooking segments, possibly. Maybe some cocktail segments too.
Yep.
Maybe some music segments. While we're at it, fucking get it all in.
If you have any suggestions, hit us up. Let us know. We're not going to listen.
Fuck.
Let us know what you think, what you'd like to see, other than just us sitting here drinking, because this is what we do anyway. But yeah, yeah, we have some things in store. Let us know if you'd like to see the cooking segments, cocktail segments, possibly even going out on location kind of thing. Definitely I mean, come on, man, we got to have the collect call guys on, you know, either all at once or one at a time.
Yep.
You know,
do a round table.
Yep.
Get in the kitchen. Let's go.
So, yeah, you guys. I mean, does he really need to tell you where you can find him?
Yeah. Well, as long as you're on the D-Gas Podcast Instagram page or D-Gas Podcast on Spotify, you're in the right place. But you can find me at BKR_raps on Instagram, Baker Raps on Facebook, BKRraps.com. And I'm on TikTok too, every now and then.
Oh yeah? I'm thinking about it. I haven't jumped in.
It's not that bad.
I haven't jumped in that. I might. I don't know.
I'm on Threads now too.
See, that's another thing. Jordan.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is Thread? Anyway, so much fucking shit. But nowadays you got to do it, especially if you're trying to get HK cuts off the ground.
Dang, HK cuts on Instagram.
Yeah. So HK cuts on Instagram. High Color One on Instagram. I don't know what the Facebook is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
The kids aren't using it.
Yeah, the kids aren't using it, so why should I? Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in on this episode. And yeah, check out 1-800-COLLECT-CALL.
Boom. Peace.
The person drawing the salad made it up as he went. This couldn't have been Sahab's work. He was an artist. This had to be somebody's nephew that just picked up a pen and a couple papers and started drawing owls. But the clue wasn't in the artistry itself, but in the DNA left on the back of the piece of paper from one pizza roll stained finger. Looks like Sahab had been eating tortino pizza rolls the night before.